Hello, and welcome to Two Curious Ladies podcast, where Tamara and Debbie explore the unseen, the felt, and the deeply transformative realms of energy, spirituality, and conscious living. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or already walking your path, this is a place to feel supported, inspired, and expanded. Come as you are and leave a little more connected. Well, hi. I am so excited. This is our first episode.
I am
And
excited.
yes. So in a second we'll introduce ourselves, but I just want to mention how this podcast has been thought about for a while. We discussed this before my trip.
Hmm.
And within a couple of months ago, we sort of were like, you know what, let's do
Let's
this. Let's
just,
see.
yeah.
Yeah. So we formed Two Curious Ladies.
Hmm.
And my last newsletter for Soulcraft Collective, I had placed a poll to see what people wanted to hear us talk
Hmm.
about. And we had really great feedback. Like
Cool.
a lot of people replied and took the poll, and it was everything from self-care to finding your tribe to astrology, mysticism, meditation and mindfulness meditation. So I was like, yes, like this is all us. We love talking
Absolutely.
about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So before we dive into our very first episode, let's introduce ourselves. I know that a lot of people that will be listening to this are already part of our wonderful tribe. But for those new souls that we are reaching, I am Tamara. I am the owner and practitioner of Soulcraft Collective. It is a practice that introduces meditation, mindfulness, therapeutic art, sound healing and vibrations, and kind of everything in between, just whatever you want to throw in there.
Right?
Um, and yeah, in the past 3 years, I've had a wonderful opportunity to reach people locally here in Tampa Bay, but also online, virtually. And I am just really excited to expand and reach more people and grow into my role as um, just meditation and mindfulness and wellness coaching, and I'm just really humbled by it and the people that I've met. So I'm here now with our newest project, and I am delighted to do it with Mama Deb. I call her Mama Deb because she is like my spiritual mom. um,
Oh.
so here's Deb.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm Deb. About me in a nutshell, let's see. I'm a Reiki master, both Usui and non-traditional, because sometimes we need to color outside the lines. And my Aquarian self just dearly loves that. Um, I also am a double certified Radiant Lotus Qigong instructor. If you don't know what that is, it's basically gentle fluid movements that we combine with breath work to heal and nourish and harmonize our mind and our body and our emotions. This practice has really helped me go a long way in the last, oh my gosh, 6 years. It's been
Wow.
6 years. Holy cow.
6 years.
Yeah, it has made such a difference to me with the Reiki and then the Qigong. It's like all the doors to healing modalities just opened for me. So now I teach Qigong, I do Reiki, and I also lead Kai Chido circles. And that's something a lot of people don't know anything about. In a quick nutshell, we take gentle movements and we combine it with breath work. And we work with the elements, the earth, the air, the water, the fire, yeah. And it's just a wonderful way to release what doesn't serve you anymore.
Wow. And for those of you who are local in the Tampa Bay area, please consider joining the Kai Chido Circle. It's every Sunday.
At Philippe Park, usually.
Yeah, in Safety
And
Harbor.
there's another one at Abercrombie Park in St. Pete as well, and that's led
Oh,
by Taylor Ray. Yeah,
wonderful. And
yeah,
it's one of those things you have to experience it to really understand the shifting healing power that it gives you.
absolutely.
The meeting for the Philippi Park in Safety Harbor is usually 9:30 in the morning. Beautiful, beautiful community, a circle of people that are just amazing. You'll feel the energy there. So we invite you to come to that. And
Hmm.
yeah, so we're both really just growing into a role. And we met, I think, maybe 3, 4 years ago.
Let's
It has
see.
been about at least 3 years ago.
I I want to say it's more like five. It's 4.5 to 5, maybe,
It might
because
be.
I've been in Florida for. Well, hello, Dad. There's my
I,
favorite puppy.
I have my
I
little
just,
Stella puppy. For those of us that are listening on YouTube and not seeing any recording, I have a doggy that is very clingy. So every time I'm on a Zoom call or whatever, she just gets on my lap. She's like, "Are you talking to me? Are we having a conversation?"
it's all about you, Stella. It's all about you, baby
It's
girl.
always about her.
So
But
yeah, I was still living in Dunedin, and you did a sound bowl session at was it
like Studio
Studio
3, Studio
Studio 3?
3.
Yeah, it was like a mile and a half from me, and I was like, yes, please.
And we
So
connected immediately.
absolutely, absolutely. My
It was
husband,
like
he saw that you and I were just vibing from across the room. He's like, I'll be in the car. And he sat out there for 15 minutes while we're just sitting there chit-chatting, having a good time.
yes, and we really became close and like kindred spirits find
Hmm.
one another, and we have just been having the most beautiful friendship. And um I can say for myself that honestly I need you in my life.
And I need you in mine. So yeah.
Yes.
You're like my bonus, you're my double bonus daughter.
Double bonus. I love that. And I love to be that for you. And you have brought me so much healing and so much love in so many different ways. And um, I think this is actually a great way to transition into what we really wanted to touch on today.
Hmm.
Um, as the first episode, and considering all the things that we want to accomplish and the people we want to reach, um, we have experienced ourselves how just a chance encounter, even though there is no coincidence, right? But just
Exactly.
us meeting during a class, and we are here years later, just we have shared so much and we have gotten so close, and the love that we have. And I feel like I'm part of your family, you're part of my family. My daughter
Hmm.
calls you Grandma Deb. you
It's Nana. Nana.
Nana Deb, sorry, Nana Deb. You're right. She does call you Nana Deb. I don't know where I got grandma from, but
I
uh,
don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
my
whatever.
daughter tried to come up with a name for me. By the way, I have 7 grandchildren,
Oh,
and your three make it 10. And
yeah.
I just love it. I absolutely love it. But when the first grandchild was born, my daughter asked what my name was, and she goes, "I'm just going to call you Grandma." I said, Mm-mm, "Nope, I'm Nana."
Okay,
And
I love that.
she says, "That sounds like a fruit." And she's picking me up at the airport, and coming across baggage claim, this little guy, he couldn't have been more than 4. Okay, goes charging across baggage claim with his arms wide open, going, and she goes, "Okay, it's not that weird." Okay.
I love it. It's whatever makes you feel good energetically. And you know, I I know that my kids just they see the people that come into my life, and they get to see the quality of people and how important that is. And
Hmm.
especially like with Chloe, my youngest one, she just loves Nana Deb. Um and again, this is all part of why we're doing what we're doing and why we're deciding to do this podcast. Now, I want to say today we are going to talk about finding our tribe, especially as women. So
Hmm.
this is coming after we have just done our first Soulful Woman Circle online this
Hmm.
week. And of course, Deb was part of that. It was basically the very first virtual monthly meeting. It's free, and it's just a bunch of women getting together, finding our tribe, healing together. inspiring and supporting one another. So this podcast is not going to be just for women. Um, Deb and I do a lot of work with women, so there will be always a lot of emphasis on that. But
Hmm.
um, but all the topics that we'll be covering, such as manifestation or astrology or whatever, obviously it's going to be for anyone. But we did feel it was important to talk a little bit about women and
Hmm.
the importance of having a tribe. And
Absolutely.
so, with that said, I feel like I'm curious, Deb, if if I say what does women need a tribe mean to you personally? Based on all of your experience and everything you've learned and everything you're doing, like what does that bring up for you on why women need a tribe?
I can tell you my life would have been much different if I had had a tribe when I was young.
Mm,
Um,
I got chills when you said that.
Life goes sideways sometimes, and my people, my family, were over 1,800 miles away. And I was in California by myself with three children, and life was not good, and there was nobody I could talk to.
Yeah.
So having a tribe is it's critical. It's really critical. I was very fortunate and found some friends a few years later,
Mm,
but we women, we tend to store all that pain, that grief, that anxiety, everything in our bodies because that's how we're raised. We're taught how to take care of everybody else, but not ourselves. And we're learning that being able to go to someone and just lay your heart bare and say things, knowing that there's no judgment on the other end,
mm,
that's sacred. That is absolutely sacred. If you look back through all the cultures, what's coming to mind right now is the Celtic women.
mm.
Um, if you've seen Outlander, you see the women walking the wool. What they're doing is they're talking, they're chatting. That's their tribe. This is how they share. This is how they grow. The older women, the younger women, the teen women, all of them learning from each other and sharing and loving.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
love
that's
that.
what it's all about, that support.
Yes. And I feel like for as powerful and ancient as that is,
Hmm.
so many of us grew up without it,
Hmm.
which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Because, like you said, women coming together and doing what really is considered sacred work has been an ancient practice.
Hmm.
I mean, throughout history, women in circles, women gathering had a huge impact in their community. I mean, they
Hmm.
were the pillars of the community, and that women came together doing all kinds of transitions,
Hmm.
birth, motherhood, marriage, grief, becoming, older, uh, and death.
Hmm.
Women gathered together and they were really like imperative for their society.
Hmm.
But then
With
somehow we pulled away from that.
Right, right. And in actuality, in the older cultures, the women were the ones who took care of the deceased and who took care of the families of the deceased
Right.
as they went through that transition process. But here, okay, in the last years, I grew up in the South, and we were taught keep your family secrets in the house. You don't tell anybody.
Hmm.
You couldn't open up and talk to anybody. So there was no support group.
That's right.
And many times you weren't even allowed to speak your piece in the house, much less anywhere else.
Mm,
So, that's how a lot of stuff got swept under the rug. But we need each other desperately, desperately.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know as a new mom, it would have been so helpful to have somebody around going, "Hey, my kid's running a fever. Is this okay? What do I need to do?" You don't have that.
Right. Right. And
Yeah,
it's
you
even
can go
more
to
deeper than that.
GPT or go to social media now, but those options weren't available to us then.
Well, and you kind of bring up a really good point. You can go, I call it Uncle Google. Go to Uncle Google or in Chat GPT, right? Just Google it and find out. We are so digitally connected,
Hmm.
and yet we feel this huge sense of isolation, women, especially now more than ever.
Hmm.
So it's like, why are we feeling so isolated, although we have the technology to be so connected and from anywhere in the world at any time? Like, why are we feeling so isolated? You know?
I don't know that we feel safe to share because there are so many, I don't want to say scammers, but there are so many people out there who are just looking to get your personal information, find your weak spots so they can use it against you. I think a lot of it might be trust. You
Yeah,
don't know who you can trust.
yeah, I agree with that. And I think it's also the perception that being vulnerable is being weak.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like we are it's just been so ingrained in us that we have to be independent, we have to be strong, we have to
Mhm.
be able to lead, we have to be able to just make it work no matter what, don't show weakness. And I almost feel
Mhm.
like asking for help has become like a sign of weakness.
Oh, yeah.
And there are emotional costs
Mhm.
of trying to do everything alone.
Absolutely. And I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, it's like, okay, something bad happened. We have maybe 3 seconds to go, okay, okay. And then you suck it down and you don't have time to process it. You don't have time to feel it, much less name it for what it is. You just have to suck it up and go get stuff done. And we've been trained to do that our whole lives.
Right.
So, so now as adults, and I'm peacefully in my crone era and I'm loving that. But what I'm finding is that the women I'm talking to have been doing that very thing their whole lives. So they have all that anger, that pain, that grief, that hurt all bottled up in their bodies and they're up to here in it because they never learned how to let it go.
Yeah.
It was never safe to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right, it's from childhood.
Hmm.
A majority of
Hush or
us,
I'll give you something to cry about, right?
right. Well, a majority of us have not received the wisdom and the permission to be vulnerable, even from our own mothers,
Hmm.
which is, I believe, is something that back in the day, mothers had this divine, sacred responsibility in their hearts. I mean, to pass down knowledge and wisdom
Hmm.
and practices to their daughters, because their daughters would be the next ones leading the other generations. Somewhere, somehow, and I mean, we can probably figure out a lot of the reasons why.
Right.
Um, Patriarchy. Anyways,
And
where did that come from?
shoot, bless you, what?
Yeah, what? But it was like a divine privilege and honor and right to teach
Hmm.
your daughters to lead in that sacred way. And then um, during history, we lost all of that. So I think it goes back generations. I know that my own mother, did not have, that sacred divine relationship with her mother, which probably means my grandmother didn't have it with her
Hmm.
mother. And going back, God,
Yeah, we're all carrying down all this trauma that's been stored in all of our ancestors.
right.
You see on TV, well, you used to, like the Waltons, where all the different generations of the family all lived in one household. So, the grandmother, the mother, and the daughters were all working together.
Yeah.
And that was the way they could pass down wisdom. But we don't live that way anymore. I mean, I have 5 kids and they all live in different states.
Yeah.
So the family units are scattered everywhere. We don't have that close family unit anymore.
Right. I mean,
We're all
it's
just
really
we're all
insane.
just doing our best to get by.
Yeah, it's actually really insane. And I mean, I guess can relate to this wholeheartedly, and I can put myself in this situation, but it always amazes me when I am talking to a group of women on how many of us have a mother wound.
Hmm.
And it really goes back to that.
And our mothers had a mother wound, and grandmothers had a mother wound. It's just been passed down from generation to generation.
Right,
At what point can we step up and go, this stops now?
right,
Let's choose to nurture
right. I agree.
if you can.
So
If
I'm
not, get your daughters in the tribe too, and then others can pitch in and help.
right, right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, when did you first start experiencing finding and being in a woman tribe and really finding for the first time that support?
Well, when I was living in Mississippi, I had this friend group at school. I had this friend group at work, and then I was a Toastmaster, so I had a friend group there as well. Um, I don't know that my school friends or my work friends were the ones that I could confide in. I had a couple at work that I could talk to, but we would talk off site. My Toastmaster friends were the closest thing to sisters that I had at that point because my actual genetic sisters were living clear across the country for me. But yeah, when I got to Florida is when I started finding my tribe. And actually, I ran across this gal with her sound bowls, and we kind of latched onto each other and held on for dear life.
We hit it off.
And and
And the rest
been
is
some
it.
amazing people hanging out with us, I tell you. And
Yeah,
I love every one of them.
yeah. I relate to that because I feel like I found my tribe of women um around the time that I found you because my
Hmm.
practice was expanding. I was um growing. I left my job at the library and I loved working there, but I felt a higher calling to strike out on my own and to do more soul sacred work.
Hmm.
And that's little by little, I started building this tribe and I have met so many wonderful people. And of course, men are part of that, like Dennis, your husband,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
brother Dennis, who I love to death, and he brings a wealth of wisdom and insight into, everything. There's another handful of men that I'm so blessed to have met and known, and they bring so much because we do need that masculine energy because we all
Hmm.
have feminine and masculine, and maybe that will be another separate episode that we'll focus on one day. But
I hear Qigong coming into that, where
there
you
you
balance the
go.
masculine and the feminine.
Yeah, we can absolutely I mean, these topics will branch out to so much, but
Hmm.
and they have those male energies. They have brought so much healing and so much love and support and protection.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I can't even describe the power of the women in our tribe.
Hmm.
In our Facebook group, the ones that have met for a soulful woman circle, the ones that we meet during class, whether it's virtual or in person.
Hmm.
The past 4 years have been absolutely a shifting point for me
Hmm.
because of the women,
Same, same,
right?
same.
I mean, I
It,
feel like I don't consider myself the same person I used to be because of the support of women that I met. I
Same
mean,
here.
yeah, you can't underestimate the magic. I think it's magical,
Hmm.
the sacred woman work. When you take aside comparison, right? Because that's another problem that we're having in society. There's a lot of women who are drowning in comparison, drowning in jealousy, drowning in, not supporting one another, which is insane. We were
Hmm.
meant to uplift one another.
Yeah.
And
We aren't all competing for the same guy or for the same job or anything like that.
no, no, and there's something so magical and sacred in sisterhood.
Hmm.
And I think until you actually experience it firsthand, and it's very hard. You got to look for it. Like even, I mean, we live in this modern society where you have to actively look and become part of a tribe. It's not like it used to be.
Not at all.
Fortunately, we don't just get to wake up one day and we go to the well at the center of town and we meet the other women.
Right.
Walk,
Huzzah, there
walk.
you are. I've looked for you my whole life. Yeah, it doesn't work
Right.
that way.
Like it just does not work like that.
Mm-mm,
It's
mm-mm,
unfortunately we have okay, so we have made, I believe, as women huge progress, right?
mm-hmm.
In the rights and being acknowledged. And yes, we have made the role of a woman so much better, but we are still behind.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We are,
And there are so many women who still don't know that there's an option like a tribe.
yes, yes,
And thanks to modern technology, they don't even have to live in Florida with us.
right.
I'm really tickled that my bonus daughter is going to chime into our tribe from Minnesota.
Yes, I can't wait to meet her. This is the beautiful thing. So we got to take modern technology that has become such a, honestly, a burden for so many reasons because of
Hmm.
comparison and social media and, bullying online
Oh
and
my gosh, yes.
feeling like you don't have the human connection anymore.
Hmm.
We have to take that and we have to use it to our advantage. And that's where, especially as women, we get to use our alchemy power.
Hmm.
Take the material, take the resources we have, such as technology,
Hmm.
and use it to reach other women and find a way to connect authentically. So, gosh, I can't stress enough how important that is.
And even not, and my brain just went squirrel. But when you were talking about bullying, could you imagine the impact of kids having an honest tribe where they could go when they're being bullied? Can you imagine the impact of that? A safe place that they could go online for something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And bullying affects everyone.
Oh my gosh. Well, I
I
was
mean,
bullied like crazy. So yeah, I get it.
and it's something that, again, we have to work on it. We have
Hmm.
to play our part. And that's why I think it's important that we reach out people and maybe our little tiny whimsy podcast can eventually reach someone
We're
that
planting the seed, Mama.
we're planting the seed. And like you and I have had this conversation many times before that you just plant the seed you feel called to plant and then let's
Hmm.
see what grows from it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when you do that, when you let go of resistance and you say, I'm going to put the seed out there, and then whatever woman is meant to be in this tribe, she
Hmm.
will hear and receive this message
The word will get to her. And she'll
one way
go,
or
oh,
another.
I'm resonating with them.
Right,
Let me in. Yes, please. Come on.
right. So
Yeah.
I've learned that, and that's kind of again branching into another different topic we can cover another day, another episode about manifesting.
Hmm.
So manifest the women that you want in your life.
I think it's great how they already found us, don't you?
Oh my gosh. And like how randomness of all,
There's nothing random about that. There's
right?
nothing
There
random
is no
about it.
coincidence. I don't believe in
Mm-mm.
coincidence, but like
No,
the tribe that we have right now, it's not anything that we had to work hard at. Like,
no.
I mean, in a way, yes, like putting ourselves out there, like consistently showing up in that sense,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
but they just came to a class, you hit it off, and you were like, yeah, this is a kindred spirit. She is in my circle. Like we
Hmm.
were meant to meet.
And we
Right,
knew that very first time we met.
right, right, right.
And you were saying that you were talking about how you got started on down this path. Little over, yeah, not long after you and I got together, and you were able to help me release a lot of that low vibrational stuff and some of the really big stuff that I needed to go with.
Yeah.
Um, a little over 2 years ago, I was told that big changes were coming and just have faith and say yes when it happens. And that year I told myself, okay, I can finally retire. But I kept going, oh, I need to do this first. Oh, I need to do this first. Oh, I need to do this first. And I heard, look, you missed the first bus. So we're going to put it out there one more time. If you say no, it's not going to happen. Get
Right.
on board. So when I heard it again, I'm like, okay, 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 okay. And almost 2 years ago to the day, I retired.
I remember. I was every step. Well, and that's the beautiful thing about when you find your tribe of women, you
Uh-huh.
get to witness their
Uh-huh.
growth and their healing. And like I look at, I remember doing card readings for you. I remember I was hosting a whale sound bath
Oh
meditation.
my gosh,
And do you
yes.
remember the card, the medicine card I pulled for you that day that actually launched your journey to, what was it, Costa Rica or Colombia? Where?
Colombia.
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 And that was a huge shift for you. And you kind of took that card and that class as a sign. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you get to witness the your sister, your energetic sister,
Mm-hmm.
growing, blossoming, becoming, and like the woman I met the very first time in that little class, right? The sound bath class, to the woman that I'm talking to right now.
Whole
Holy,
different woman. I know, right? Yeah, yeah.
what
They had,
growth, what amazing journey you've been on. And I'm so proud and privileged to have witnessed it.
and actually, the big, big, huge turnaround happened when you did that sound bowl down in Clearwater at the
Fun.
Fire and Stone, I think
Yes,
it was. Yes, and
yes.
and Dennis and I went there, and uh, I remember you passing out the cards there. Justice, you were fixing to turn the lights down. So, I looked at it and I go, oh, dragonfly, how cool, because that's kind of my thing.
That's your thing.
And I know, right? And so I put it down. And then when you brought the lights back up after the sound bath, you come around and you go, oh, and you told me what it meant. And I was like, okay. And
Mhm.
I had just got, Dennis had pulled some cards for me before I left the house. And it said something big was coming. When it happened, say yes, or the opportunity would go away.
I love it. I love
And I
it.
was like, okay. So we finish up your gig, and then the gentleman who owns the place was showing us around. And as we're walking around, he goes, oh, yeah, by the way, there's a women's retreat coming up. There's a flyer right there by the entrance. So I go and I pick it up, and you said plant medicine was coming into my life.
Yes, that was the
Hmm.
card.
Hmm.
Yes.
That was the card. And so I pick it up, and it is a flyer for a women's plant medicine retreat. And I went,
I'm laughing. I am dying. I am just
"Mm."
like, I love it.
I had to reach down to pick up my chin off the floor. It's like, oh.
And I remember because you came up to me and your eyes were so wide. And I was
I
like,
know.
are you okay?
It was really funny because we finish our tour of the place and we get in the car, and it's like well over an hour from that place to our house. So as I'm getting into the car, I haven't even read the flyer yet. I knew I was going on that retreat.
Yeah.
And so I started looking at it, and Dennis goes, so what's this flyer all about? And I said, oh, it's a women's retreat in Colombia. He goes, you going? I said, yeah. I knew I
You
was
just said
going.
yes right away.
I said, yeah, I'm going. And he just kind of looks at me and he goes, do you know where your passport is? I will find it. Yes, I did know where it was. But anyway, so I'm in the car and I've got all this time to process it. So I went within and I said, so is this the big thing I'm supposed to be watching for? And I know that's not what they said, but I basically heard, well, duh.
Yeah. 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 It
So
was your sign.
I paid my money, and by the next day I was registered for the retreat and everything. It was just such a life altering experience.
Well, talk about a gathering of women.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh,
yes, there
that
were
was a
12 of us on that trip,
yeah.
and
My
we still talk.
my dream is to eventually do retreats for women,
Hmm.
just like that in my own unique way.
Hmm.
But because I know how powerful it is, and I remember you went twice.
Yeah, once was a women's retreat, and then I went back again on a co-ed trip.
Yeah.
But the energy was so different when the guys were involved.
Yeah.
But I found it so cool because Well, I wasn't the oldest woman on the retreat, but these guys took such great care of us. It just like they just adopted all of us, and they gathered around me. When this old broad is trying to climb up a very steep hill, I've got one guy on each side helping me up it.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, and you got to experience both settings with just different
Hmm.
energy, and because we need that. I mean,
Absolutely.
and but again, it's just you saying yes,
Hmm.
following your gut instinct, and I do believe that going to your first female only retreat probably had some life-changing just energy shifts that you needed to have.
Huge. I let go of so much on that retreat. Um, I had, yeah, as we get older, our body decides it's not 20 years old anymore.
Mm,
And yeah, it's had more than 40 years to learn that it's not 20 years old anymore.
yeah,
But I learned I could do hard things. I could do things I didn't think my body could do. And it was just such a supportive environment, loving, supportive. Nobody was writing down your family secrets to hold them against you, to come home and go, oh, did that. It's not that energy at all.
right.
All love and pure acceptance. And I'm still close to the women I was on that retreat with.
Yeah, and you know why? Because you felt safe.
Hmm.
And that's the foundation.
That's what the tribe is all about. Yeah,
You have to feel safe in order to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And then
absolutely.
and then you notice it's not just you being vulnerable, all the other women are vulnerable too.
Hmm.
And they may not have all the answers. We don't have all the answers, but it doesn't
Mm-mm.
matter because that connection is genuine.
Hmm.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, there were so many times in my life that I thought, oh, I found my group. Yet, no, those women were collecting information to use against me.
Yeah. And maybe
And
even
that's
subconsciously.
not the energy that we've got.
Right. And that could even be subconsciously. It's something that it's been ingrained in us,
Hmm.
that women are very defensive. In a
You
way,
have to be.
we've had to develop the defense
Hmm.
mechanism, even against one another. So the
Hmm.
women, maybe consciously and subconsciously, were gathering information and were not being supportive because it was a defense mechanism of some type.
Hmm. Because we were all in survival mode.
Yes.
During those years, everybody was in survival mode. Do whatever you had to do to get by.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful not to be in that environment anymore.
My God, yes. I agree.
So
And it
thankful.
feels amazing.
I like being the crone.
Well, we all have a role to play. Eventually we'll all be the crone.
Well, the crone, the sage, whatever you choose to call it.
I call you the wise woman.
I love it.
You're the wise woman. I believe that's exactly where we're heading.
Hmm.
We're going through life experience and we're finding our tribe. We found our tribe of women, and now we can become
Hmm.
a wise woman. And as a side note, I feel called to share. So I am studying some courses and programs, and I'm taking some therapeutic art facilitation certification courses and all kinds of stuff. And what I've come to realize about myself, and again, thanks to investing in myself and taking the
Hmm.
certifications, which by the way is run by a woman, and we're all women in this
Hmm.
this little certification tribe. And I've learned that there's several archetypes for women. There's the mother, there's the lover, and the warrioress.
And the sage, and yeah.
Yeah, there's so many.
Hmm.
Well, I'm the priestess.
Mm.
That's
Of
my
course you
the
are.
strongest archetype.
Of course you are.
But the funny thing is, we all have the priestess. We all have
Hmm.
the lover. We all have the mother. It's just finding out different times of our life when to express that archetype. So I am in my priestess era and I'm loving it. I love it. And I never thought I would be in this situation, in this role in my life. And I feel so much gratitude because, God, man, I have had to climb some mountains to get here, as most women do.
Hmm.
Like
I
when
was going to say same. Yeah. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah, which is great. We burnt it.
That's it.
Got rid of
Wasn't
it.
meant for me anyway.
I mean, the obstacles and the difficulties that we had to get through to get to this point, you
Hmm.
have to become the wise woman after all of this. And
Hmm.
now it's a beautiful thing that we can share it with other women.
Absolutely. It's like, yeah, you can come through the other side. You find someone you can trust. And
Yeah.
if you can't find them, come find us. We're here.
Yeah. So that brings me to kind of like a wrap up point where I feel energetically this message is going to reach whoever needs to hear it.
Hmm.
And I am like bubbling over with gratitude already because I already can tell, like energetically, I sense the women they're going to be listening to this and they're going to be like, yes, this is exactly what I needed to hear. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm very giddy about it. So,
I know. I've got goosebumps. Okay.
goosebumps. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited for the woman that I don't know, but we're going to meet.
Hmm.
Um, and I just want to say a safe, sacred woman space can be found anywhere when we're actively looking. Okay.
Hmm.
So, yes, we are still out there. Yes, we can still be a tribe that is vulnerable and authentic and supportive. We are there. We are here.
Hmm.
And I want to just reach out to the woman that you've been meaning to reconnect with. So if you're
Hmm.
listening to this, I want you to know that, it's something I say in my classes all the time, but it's true. You deserve all the love. You deserve all the support. You deserve all the connection and healing, not because you've done anything to earn it, but
Right.
because you simply exist. And I say this all the time because oftentimes we think we have to do something to be worthy,
Hmm.
and that's not true. So if
No,
you're
it isn't.
right, if
Hmm.
you're a woman listening to this, whether you know us, whether you've been, part of mine and Deb's tribe for a long time, or maybe you're brand new, you you bring so much value into this world, and
Hmm.
you are allowed to show up authentically. And we are the community you're seeking if you feel called and if you feel open to it.
Hmm.
So, for the listener out there, what I would really like to say, and I want to close out with this question. If you had a circle of women who truly saw, supported, celebrated you, how might your life be different?
Mm.
Just ponder on that question.
Hmm.
And my closing prayer, blessing, message, and then I'll pass it over to Mama Deb, is that I want you to know that women were never meant to journey through life alone. We are like genetically and spiritually wired for connection,
Hmm.
collaboration, community. And when women gather with open hearts, oh my gosh, healing happens.
Hmm.
Wisdom is shared, strength is multiplied. So let's remember this ancient and sacred right that we have, which is to just belong to one another. Oh, I kind of like that. Belong to one
See?
another.
See?
Oh, I got
Hmm.
goosebumps when I said that. Belong to one another. Oh,
Hmm.
just you feel so good
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll pass that over to you as I stew in this beautiful, like beautiful feeling of bliss.
And as for me, to the women out there, do you have a group like this? Do you have somewhere you can go, in person or online, where you are safe to put down your burdens and just be you, to lay it all on the line? No hidden agenda. Nobody's going to judge you. We're not somebody who's going to take what you've said and hold it against you later. That's not what this is all about. This is a sacred sisterhood. What
Mm.
you share here stays here. We love you,
Mm.
and we can't wait to see you again
We love you. We love
soon.
you.